Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the next episode of our Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Hardcore Randomized Nuzlocke. I hope you guys are doing exceptionally well today. I'm really excited to jump into this episode because we do get to hop into Mount Pyre today, which is going to be a bit of a gauntlet, I think, but it should be pretty interesting at the very least. Now, we did get all of our encounters. We ended in Lilycove City, where we did pick up a couple of items. I decided not to make any like massive changes to the team. The only thing I did throw on Drew here was a life orb, just to boost that attack a little bit. But other than that, we're keeping it simple, guys. I'm really excited to jump into this one. I think we're going to have a really good episode today. I'm excited for this series too. We're kind of getting close, not all the way there, but we're getting close to what I would consider to be the true end game. And so I'm really excited to see if we can make it through. Otherwise, of course, you guys are going to be getting one of you guys, I should say, is going to get a free binder of cards, which is insane. But I'm really excited, guys. This is going to be an awesome episode. I do want to point out, I have gotten a little behind on recording. I'm doing my best to stay on top of it, but it is really tricky right now just with so much going on. I'm going to do my best not to miss episodes, but as I've mentioned in a couple of episodes now, I have a conference coming up, and so I will be a little behind maybe, but I'm trying not to get like crazy far. We're gonna do the best we can to avoid that, and that way you guys don't miss any episodes, as well as just me not missing any episodes. It's really fun to record this, so I don't want to lose out on any. But we did of course start our Soul Silver Nuzlocke as well. That is on the short series, guys. If you're interested in watching that, highly recommend going to check it out. It's an absolute blast already. And in fact, I'm only actually recorded up through today's episode as of the recording of this. So I'm really curious to see what the next few encounters will be, since we are kind of right at the beginning of the game still. There's going to be a lot of encounters to get as we make our way through the intro of the game. So really, really excited for that. I think it's going to be a really good series. And of course, you know, a long way to go. It's my favorite region for sure. And so I think it's going to be a really fun time, guys. I encourage you, please go check it out. We've had a lot of good responses on that series already. I think a lot of people are really excited that it's Soul Silver. And I know I am too, so we'll see how that goes. Keeping in mind here, guys, we did already get our encounter here in Mount Pyre, so no new encounters there. I do want to check. It looks like level 45 is the level cap, so we're actually pretty close on some of our Pokemon, so we're gonna have to be a little careful. In fact, let's just double check very quickly. Yeah, we're pretty close on most of them, so we're gonna have to be careful as we do go forward through Mount Pyre to not overextend. I believe, technically speaking, we can just head to the outside, I think, but we'll see how things go. But yeah, guys, really excited. I'm kind of stoked. I say I'm a collector, maybe loosely a collector. I really like collecting cards, and part of the goal of the website later on is to start incorporating a bit more of the TCG. You know, if you've been here for a while, you know I've kind of talked about this a little bit. Want to encourage some TCG content, things like that. Oh, nice. Oh, that's kind of sad actually. But we do have, I actually bought a collection recently. It's not a crazy collection. It was maybe a $50 thing. It wasn't anything too crazy, but I'm really excited to look through it and see what all's in there. It was just kind of an on a whim buy. I bid on eBay, and it was a little bit of a kind of a last minute thing. I didn't actually to be honest, I didn't think I'd actually get it. And I'm fine that I did. I'm actually really happy that I did, but you know, I didn't really give the full look through, and so I'm kind of curious to see what all's in there and if it's good, if it's bad, that kind of thing. So we'll take a look at that at some point. I don't know if I'll post much on that. If you guys are interested in collection buying videos, let me know. I know most people are probably here for the Nuzlockes, so because that's basically all I do at this moment, but I do kind of want to jump into some of that. I think it'd be really fun, and so if that's something you might be interested in, just give me a heads up. I'd really appreciate it. We can definitely do some of that content. Right now, of course, it's just staying above water until I can get through this next upcoming week, where, of course, I do have that conference, but after that, I'm really hoping we can expand the content base a little bit. That's kind of a goal for the end of the year, and then into of course the next year is to really make that happen. So we'll see. I'm stoked about the possibilities. I feel like we have got just kind of a wide open net to jump through as far as like getting some cool content ideas in and maybe doing some special stuff for you guys. So we'll see how, of course, all that goes. But I think it's going to be a really interesting next couple of months. At least that's my hope. I really sincerely hope we have a great time, and I think we will. So that's all that matters. Thankfully, Hollow is the perfect counter for Infernape. It's absolutely awesome. So let's just go ahead and surf this thing down. Should be an easy takedown, I imagine, but we'll see. Got it. Okay, so what I am curious about... Okay, we will see. We will see. We're just going to explore a little bit. We're not going to rush. All right, cool. All right, so I am kind of avoiding trainers a bit here because, again, I don't want to get everybody leveled up too far. It seems like we're kind of doing fine on levels, so I'm not that stressed about it. I just don't want to go too crazy and not be able to use any of these Pokemon later on. So that right now is the sole goal. I am going to go up here because I believe we can grab a TM. At least it looks like it. And then I think if we head down right there is where the actual exterior is. And that's going to be where we find what we are looking for, which is, of course, the baddie team. Dragon Pulse. Heck yes, dude. That is so good. Heck yeah, I love randomized TMs. It's so fun to be able to see what those TMs end up being. You never know. And it just makes it, oh my gosh, it makes it really exciting. What the heck, man? All right, we're gonna run from that. Let's see, let's grab you a sticky barb. Again, worth noting, randomized items, you never know what you're gonna get, but that's fine. So let's head down here and over this way. One nice thing about this upcoming conference, guys, is it's literally like, I say literally, it's in my backyard. Not literally, it's not literally in my backyard, but it's actually very close to where I live, which is super convenient. It just means that I'll be able to, basically my plan is to leave Monday morning, get things set up and help out with that, of course. Our full team, most of our team should be there around 10:30. So I'm gonna hang out with the little one in the morning and then take her over to her grandmother's house so I can head on up. But after that, that evening we've got like a dinner planned and that kind of thing before the full conference kicks off on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, it's I hope to be what I hope to be is a little bit of an easier day in terms of the full gambit. So I think Wednesday and Thursday will definitely be tougher from my standpoint because I tend to run like the AV and all that kind of thing. I think I've mentioned all that before, but that's sort of my role at these conferences, and that's going to be where most of my efforts lie. But outside of that, I mean, really, after Thursday ends, which should be, I'm hoping to leave around 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's like the goal. So I'll get home a little late, but I should be here Friday. My goal is to hopefully be recorded through the weekend, and then that way I can just spend some time with my daughter, relax a little bit on Friday, which, oh nice, dude, we're getting all the megastones, which I hope to just have off. We'll see how that goes. I know there's probably a couple of things that'll need to be done, but my goal is to have that day off if I can, and then that gives me an opportunity to relax and recharge and get all through these conferences, which have been just a very busy time, we will say, but we'll see. It's always exciting because it is fun. Like, I've grown to enjoy just being helpful at these conferences is exciting, but also just seeing people at these conferences. It's a lot of like technical jargon and things like that that isn't, it's not exciting to most people, but And truthfully, I'm one of most people, but it is actually like really cool to see some of these people because I see them basically once a year. And so it's a little bit like you know, it's almost like a reunion every year. It's fun to see everybody and get through everything. It's a lot of effort for a few days. We've been planning it for over a year, but excuse me, it's always a good time. So we'll see how things go. Fingers crossed it's productive and not too crazy or fraught with issues. That's always the biggest worry. But I think we should be okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Darmanitan, look at this. All right. I think we can just magnitude. Theoretically, it's only level 33, so like I feel pretty good about our position here. We'll see. One thing I did want to mention, just jumping back into that collection, by the way, actually some of the cards are literally like right here. But one of the things that I wanted to mention was that, oh, this is interesting. I'll go into Holo. One of the things I wanted to mention, part of the reason I wanted to pick up some collections, just small ones, nothing crazy, is to bring out or start bulking up on different versions of every Pokemon. And it's specifically because of this series that I've actually started to think that way, because I like the idea of creating a binder for every series that I do, where you guys, again, have a chance to win that binder, but then also if I win, I get to keep that binder and remember it in reference to all of you guys being a part of the series, right? So there's some fun involved in that I think is really exciting. I think it's a really cool little twist. Ooh, that was scary. All right, we should be fine. Surf is gonna hit, and that's gonna take it out. But yeah, so part of the reason behind buying collections is you get a lot of different cards, and even if they're not like high value cards, the point of the binder is not to be like crazy high value. I can't buy high value cards every time I give them away and that kind of thing. So I do have to be conscious of that, but I can get some unique cards at the very least and stuff that you maybe don't normally see. And one of the cool things about the collection I just recently purchased was that it had a handful of like Delta species cards. And if you don't know what that is, it's like old school typing swaps and things like that. It was really interesting. To see. I remember when Delta species was a thing. It was really cool. And so it's also kind of nice to bring back some of those memories and, you know, just enjoy some of the old cards. Like I said, it's not something that I've jumped full-fledged back into for sure, but it's really fun to check out all the cards and enjoy some of that nostalgia, because that's always been a big part of my life, is collecting cards. I mentioned this before, but I used to be really really into Magic the Gathering, and I still have quite a handful of cards from that series, or that era of my life. I have sold quite a few, and in fact, I sold a lot in the instance of like, or with the idea of getting like kind of a rough down payment on our house. And I know that might sound a little crazy to somebody who doesn't collect on a regular basis, and I totally get it. I had a lot of cards, and it did end up truthfully paying for like a handful of, I honestly don't know what the right call is here. Does this work? I think so. It did end up paying like quite a bit of our down payment. We had to put, you know, so much down on our house, and we were trying not to dip into our savings, at least not too much. And so we did it first, but then we replenished it with selling Magic cards. And I'm not joking when I say it was a good like 20 grand or something along those lines. It was kind of ridiculous. I'll take that, I suppose. And so it was actually a really helpful thing. I hate having to sell off collection just because I love collecting, but it was definitely the right call. And obviously for our family, like that is way more important. And so I'm glad I did it. But obviously letting go of some high value cards, things like that is always a little tricky, but you know, it's fine. It's just part of the gig. I always said there were 2 instances where I would really sell out of my collection, like 100%. One of them is like big life decision with my wife, as in buying a house, right? Like we needed about 20 grand and we got about 20 grand. And so I stopped selling after that, but the goal was definitely to get that payment, and we did. The other option was if we were really in a pickle with our daughter, or any child that we ended up having. The idea was that if we really needed to pay for a lot there, health-wise, anything like that, immediately I would start selling things off or just bulk sell it all. Obviously understanding I get a little bit less that way, but that was always the goal. Thankfully, we're not in a position, at least as of right now, where health issues are a thing, but I certainly want to make sure that we're taken care of in that regard. That's obviously goal number 1. As being a dad and a husband, that's obviously something that goes to the top of the list. And thankfully, we've been able to do okay there, so that's helpful. All right. Ironic that Team Aqua has a fire type. That's kind of funny, but this is great. We just get to surf on this thing, and we should be fine. Oh, man. I have not been to the gym in a long time. And Robert, I don't know if, Robert, you've been watching because I haven't seen you comment recently, but I do owe you a bit of an apology, only because you're the person that always reminds me, hey, you need to go to the gym. So Robert, thank you so much. You've been awesome. I have been slack, but it's only because this is such a busy season. I do have every intention of getting back to the gym once this conference is over. But right now we're just meeting so many deadlines. It's crazy. Ooh, that was cool. Oh, no, what was I going to say? I was going to mention something else. I definitely forgot what it was. There was something I was definitely going to mention, though, that I thought was important. Oh, comments. That was what it was. Talking about Robert reminded me. One thing I wanted to mention, guys, if you did comment during one of the recent week that I was gone, part of the reason I haven't been able to catch up on all that is just because I've been crazy busy, and I knew that was going to be the case during this time. So with that, I just wanted to give everybody a quick apology in the sense that I recognize I have not been able to get everything done in the way that I'd like. If I've missed a comment, know that I saw it, and I did try and respond to a handful, but if I missed you, please don't feel as though I've like intentionally forgot you or left you out. That's not the case at all. It's just solely finding time to do it has been really hard. And so I do appreciate everybody being so understanding. It's very, it's a little tricky when you've got so much going on to keep things in line. And so I'm doing the best I can. I'm more trying not to miss content seems more important to me. And so I'm focusing on that first. All right. So Mount Pyre is done. That was actually not that long at all. We did fly over here to Slateport. That gives us the Slateport like harbor area thing where they steal a sub, I believe. I think it's just up here. Yeah. Nice. What I want to know, actually, did we get our Slateport City encounter? We did. Okay, that was Phoebus. I just wanted to make sure. At some point, we will kind of run back and see what encounters we missed and where we can get them. So that way we can do like an encounter heavy episode. But right now, I'm not worried too much about that. I love this. This music is so good. We also did the rival battle like super out of order, but that's fine. Nice. So we head in. Guys, I can't believe how far we are in this game, honestly. And this is first try also, worth noting. Granted, we did lose a handful of things in a recent episode, but I feel like we're doing really well in this run. For the first time in a long time, I feel like I have a shot at taking a run first try, which is not normal, unfortunately. So Team Aqua, I believe their base is like, well, we'll see. I think it's like literally right outside of Lilycove. And so that's actually going to be kind of our next area, if I'm not mistaken. Boom, boom, boom. One thing we could do, actually, I don't think we did New Mauville yet. I'm kind of looking through the encounter list just super quickly and seeing kind of what we've run into. I don't believe we've done New Mauville, which does yield an encounter. Maybe we wait on that though, I don't know. Oh, this is not, we're getting up out. I guess hamster. We just magnitude. Oh man. I have got so much to do right now. It's so stressful. That's fine. It's magnitude. Oh yeah, the bug typing, huh? Oh well. That's fine. Obviously this thing isn't gonna do too much damage to us, and we do have the lefties, so like we're in pretty reasonable shape here. Depending on how long this takes, by the way, we may end by flying back to Lilycove and calling it a day. Only because, one, I do have a lot to do, but two, I also want to make sure we like are beginning and ending each episode in a reasonable spot, and that kind of feels like a good spot to do it. But we'll see. We'll see where we end up. We have not gotten the Lilycove City encounter. That's nice to know. Mega Blastoise. Well, hello, cutie. I love Mega Blastoise. I think it's one of my favorites. I'm gonna Hone Claws. We're gonna see if we can set up a little sweep here. I'm not overly worried about this thing doing too much damage despite it being a Mega, only because, well, one, it's using Rapid Spin, but B, or two, nice. It's like way lower leveled than us. So if we get a Hone Claws off with Life Orb damage, like I have to imagine, yeah, it does a good bit. It's not gonna be all the damage we need, but it's pretty close. Water Pulse did not get the confusion, that's huge. We could just Night Slash again and take it out. Really happy with Drew. I've really enjoyed using Drew. It's one of my favorites on the team, just because it's such a cool mon and it's so good. Like it's surprisingly amazing. Not surprisingly, I guess. Like I feel like Zoroark is one of those Pokemon that every time I use it, I really enjoy it, but it doesn't feel that strong. With the gooey ability though, and of course with the moveset that we have and some of the items we have, it's actually really good. So I'm loving it a lot. Electro Ball may not have been the best move then. We'll see. I mean, it's still super effective. Okay, not a problem. Took it out, easy peasy. Get it up out. Very nice. Very good. Mission complete. All right, so they are gonna get up out. That's fine. We are gonna have to chase them. And that is taking us back to Lilycove City. So we are gonna head back that way. Is what I wanna know, we'll see. Yes, got it, done, sold. Oh, they take you, do they take you back? Oh, that's cool. I know they did a lot of quality of life improvements, so you don't have to fly back and forth, and like all that stuff is great. Love that. Cool. Nice. Look at that. Love it. That's so handy. All right, so let's see where we're at with time. I tell you what we're gonna do, we're gonna go heal up super quick. We're gonna check on how many Pokeballs we have, and then I think what we'll do is shoot for our Lilycove encounter here, and then probably just end wherever we land. which I think will be perfect because then we can head into the Team Aqua hideout right away in the beginning of the next episode. But I mean, truthfully, guys, we're kind of getting towards the end of this. It feels awesome. Let's see, who do we have out front? Let's switch you with Rex, who can T-Wave most things, which will give us a handy little buff against trying to catch stuff. Very good. All right, cool. Let's surf. We're gonna find an encounter, and that is gonna be the end of this episode. Wow, what this recording just like flew by, if I'm honest, which is totally fine. Ooh, I did not check how many Pokeballs we have. Okay, we should be fine. 23 is a pretty solid number. Let's find a Pokemon. All right, cool. Did it. Yo, let's go. That's so good. Yeah, that's amazing. We also didn't get our Safari Zone encounter. That's interesting. We'll of course go back and do all that, but I'm gonna T-Wave this. This might actually be a little tricky to catch because it is a little 20. Trying to think what we can do. This is a really good Pokemon though. Salamence is awesome. We're just gonna try and throw one Ultra Ball and see what happens. Oh, come on. We were so close. Does get the full para. I like that. All right, let's see. I think we do just have to throw Ultra Balls though. I don't know that there's a way to damage this. Oh, cool, we got it. Awesome, let's go. All right, so we already have a nickname picked out for you, my friend, and I'm very excited about this Pokemon. I do want to see what the abilities end up being on some of these mons. Of course, we'll do some like training up at some point, but for now, I'm gonna name you Mint, and this is for the subscriber Mint VR1, who's actually commenting on Soul Silver, asking if they could be named after a Pokemon. You can, and we will get you in Soul Silver, but for now, we're gonna end, actually, hold on one second. Whoops. Status captured, let's go. All right, we can get a quick encounter in here too. Think, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Let's do that too. Why not? We're here. A Nidoran female. I'll take that. I like Nidoran quite a bit. We'll T-Wave it again, and I mean, it's Ultra Ball or bust. We've got quite a few new people in this in the comment section, which is always great to see, you guys. I just have to say a huge thank you, all the new people. Please enjoy yourself, enjoy the content, and thank you so much for being here. It really does mean a lot to me to have so many new folks hopping in. Instagram's weirdly been popping off too. I know we've gotten a lot of new people there, so thank you guys so much for following and enjoying the series, as well as, well, hopefully all the series that we've got going on. That was an easy catch, which is awesome. And I do already have a nickname picked out, which is perfect. I really like this nickname. I think this is cute. We're gonna go Shofi, which, excuse me, I hope is correctly pronounced, but it's for Shofi HD, who did say, found you on Insta. This is an amazing series. Shofi, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Guys, we are gonna stop right here, save that game. We're gonna head through Team Aqua's hideout in the next episode. Hopefully we can make it all the way through. In that, or excuse me, after that, I believe it's just over to Slateport City where the next gym badge awaits. So we're actually getting pretty close, guys. Fingers crossed we can make it through, of course. And thank you guys, as always, for your continued support. I love you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next episode.